Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Udupedia. Myself, Assistant Professor Mithili Gaurishankar. We are going to see now Foundation Course Physical Education for Semester 1. This course is for FYBAF, FYBMS, FYBCBI and FYBCom. In this topic we are going to see Module 3 Testing Physical Fitness. In Module 3 we are having the topics Test for measuring cardiovascular endurance, Test for measuring muscular strength and endurance, Test for measuring flexibility, Test for measuring body composition. Even though we are having good physical fitness, the testing helps to find out these four strength of our body. That is cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength and muscular endurance, measuring flexibility, body composition. According to the test, we can conclude our fitness. First, we are going to see test for cardiovascular endurance. Cardiovascular endurance is described as the ability to perform large muscle dynamic, moderate to high intensity exercise for prolonged periods. That is, checking the muscle intensity, how much time we are able to hold one exercise related to our muscle, that will gives the idea of cardiovascular endurance. There are some of the tests for finding the cardiovascular endurance. In that, first one, VO2 max. What is VO2 max? VO2 max are maximal oxygen consumption. Cardiovascular means that is the cardiac system which related to the heart. In that, the pumping is happening. In that, oxygen supply is important. So, VO2 max or maximal oxygen consumption is the maximal amount of oxygen one is able to use during exercise or pumping in the heart are measured in this VO2 test. This is the most valid index of aerobic fitness. Cardiovascular test means it is related to aerobic fitness. So, this is the most valid index of aerobic fitness of the body can be measured. The individual is required to exercise to exertion on a treadmill or cycle ergometer. Finding the value in the treadmill or cycle ergometer, we will get the test value of our cardiovascular endurance. These tests require trained personnel and expensive equipment to finalize and get the good result of the test. So, trained personnel or expensive equipment are needed to improve our cardiovascular endurance using exercise. After that, to find the value of our fitness, we need high expensive equipment to read the measurement of our fitness. Another test is mile run or walk. The mile run or walk requires no extra equipments. The goal of this test is to cover a 1 mile distance as quickly as possible. This test is a maximal effect test and should only be performed by healthy individuals. Time should be recorded and can be compared using tables and statistics, which will give you a measure of your cardiovascular endurance. Cardiovascular endurance also tested by mile run or walk, where the equipment is not needed, but how much capability one individual can run or walk in less number of time. According to that, the result we can conclude about the fitness of the person. Phaser is the other test. The phaser test is a multi-stage 20-meter shuttle run. A run from one side to the other of your 20-meter distance for as many repetitions. Total repetition should be counted and recorded. For lesser time, how much 20-meter we are covering ups and downs, we can count it. According to that, the cardiovascular endurance test was giving the result of our cardiovascular endurance. Phaser test is only covering 20-meter, going fast, and according to the individual capacity or fitness, it was covered as many times. Next one is measurement. For any test measuring cardiovascular endurance, there are standardized tables that allow you to rate your result. These tables will show you how you rank and usually will evaluate you by putting you in a category of low, fair, average, good and high. So different level of performance is there when we are doing the fitness. In the start, we may be in the low level or fair level. After continuous practice, the endurance will be increased in our body and it will lead us to achieve good and high level. For that, practice of continuous cardiovascular endurance improving exercise are very important. Next one, sport or group specific test. This is different test. The sequence of many steps will be followed repeatedly. According to that, one's ability or fitness can be judged. 10-meter beep test designed for children with cerebral palsy, CP. This is one of the tests to find among children. 10-meter incremental shuttle walk test for people with COPD. Rowing beep test, incremental test performed on a rowing ergometer. 2 km rowing ergometer test, 5 km rowing ergo test, 5 km cycle ergometer test. These are sports related to the test of cardiovascular endurance also. Cycle 12-meter test, 12-minute test, cycle for maximum distance in 12 minutes, how much they are covering. According to that, the fitness can be calculated. Shuttle swim test for water polo players, it was tested. Swimming beep test plus a simple version swimming beep test, Williams was discovered that. So that is one of the tests to find the cardiovascular endurance. Critical swim speed test and swimming step test. Who are doing continuously swimming, there are different type of tests to know how much their cardiovascular endurance improved after their swimming. Non-exercise aerobic fitness test also there. Some of them are listed here. Polar fitness test based on high rate variation. Non-exercise fitness test, that is VO2, we have seen maximum using regression equation. So VO2 maximum taking part of oxygen in the body is converted into the regression equation. The regression equation is then converted to the graph form. From there we can find how much cardiovascular endurance is there with the personal or individual person. Breath holding, how long can you hold your breath, an old test for assessing aerobic fitness. This is one of the tests of finding the aerobic fitness or cardiovascular endurance. Test for measuring muscular strength and endurance are next topic. Muscular endurance is defined as the ability of a muscle or group of muscles to repeatedly exert force against resistance. When we are doing workout in gym, weightlifting is one of the resistant exercise. That how much force we are getting from our body to resist the weight is the calculation of muscular endurance. Muscular strength is defined as the maximum amount of force that a muscle can exert against some form of resistance in a single effort. So muscular endurance is how much time we are able to resist the force is the muscular endurance. In a single effort, how much we are able to do, that is muscular strength. That is the difference between both. There are some of the tests for muscular strength and muscular endurance. Fast twitch fibers and slow twitch fibers. Fast twitch fibers, also called type 2 fibers, are the main source of muscular strength. Fast twitch fibers are able to produce more force, but they fatigue much faster than slow twitch fibers. These are the fibers we are having inside the muscles. So switch or type 1 fibers are mainly used for muscular endurance exercise because they contract more slowly and take a much longer time to fatigue. When you are working out in weightlifting, you have noticed first some days we are able to do only slow exercise and less weight we can able to use or we can able to hold for long time. When the endurance was improved from the slow twitch fibers, our fast twitch fibers are going to get dissolved in the body. For that, it is able to take high weight or heavy weight load also in our muscle, which will be helpful after 1 week or 10 days of our continuous workout. Sit-up test is also one of the tests. This test is used in the military and many physical educational programs. It's an easy movement to learn and most people have the abdominal strength to complete more than a few reps. This is one of the tests of physical activity to find the muscular endurance or muscular strength. The guidelines for the Army physical fitness test state that in 2 minutes men and women aged 17 to 21 should be able to do 53 sit-ups. That's considered the bigger level of abdominal muscle endurance. So minimum sit-ups of 53 is compulsory for the Army physical fitness test. This will be showing the good abdominal muscular endurance. Partial curl-up test. The curl-up is an abdominal endurance test, while the sit-up is widely used as a muscle endurance test. It might not be as accurate as the curl-up. The sit-up allows you to use your hip flexors to assist in the movement, whereas the curl-up isolates the abs. So this is the sit-up with the hip flexors to assist in the movement, whereas the curl-up isolates the abs according to the hip and also abs. Means our endurance will be checked according to the abdominal in the partial curl-up test. Next, push-up test. For the chest, shoulders and triceps, this is one of the best muscular endurance test. Many of them are doing push-up test or push-ups daily. With that plank also they are adding for muscular endurance test. If you are feeling confident, perform this test using your feet as a pilot point. However, if push-ups aren't easy for you, do the test from your knees. For the starting person, it was recommended to use the knees for doing the push-up. After that, it was extended to balance with the feet to do the push-up test. In the army, male recruits from age 17 to 21 have to do at least 35 push-ups in 2 minutes. This is the best endurance of male muscle in army selection. Female of the same age have to do 13 push-ups in 2 minutes. The requirements for both genders decrease as requires get older. So if the muscle getting older, the count of the age also taken into consideration in men and female, and the push-up count will be reduced for 2 minutes in the army selection. Till this we have seen two main topics of testing, that is testing the cardiovascular endurance and also testing the muscular strength and muscular endurance. In this, again, some of the tests are there, we can see in the next video. Thank you, students.